Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about 5 tips for beginning photographers or videographers. I mean, at some point we all were there, and I'm still kind of in that middle section there. I mean, I'm always learning my craft, but these are 5 tips that everybody should consider as they're trying to learn and beat their skill. Tip number 1, use the camera that you have and work into a better one. I mean, if you have the money and you want to go out and buy like the nice A7 III or, you know, another $2,000 or $3,000 camera, by all means, go for it. But if you're wanting to get into videography or you're wanting to get into photography, just use what you have and work into a better camera, work into a better system. Learn the craft and you know, the tools, just upgrade them as time goes on. You want to learn exactly what you have. Try with your phone. Learn how to shoot video and photos with your phone, and when you've mastered that, then go ahead and upgrade to a system where you can have removable lenses, and get a good, decent camera, starter camera. You know, learn that. Maybe get a few lenses. Sometimes lenses are more important than the camera body itself. That leads right into point number 2, and that is learn to shoot manual. You know, learn all the settings on your camera. Don't rely on the auto stuff. Don't rely on the autofocus. I mean, some cameras like this Panasonic, you can't really rely on the autofocus anyway. But, I mean, you need to learn to, you know, be able to pull focus. Learn how to find that right aperture. Learn how to set the white balance. Learn how to do all these things and don't rely on the automatics. Those will make you a way better photographer and videographer, is not relying on those settings. Alright, point number 3 is get a tripod and use it as often as you possibly can. Even if you're a traveling photographer or videographer, you know, maybe find one that's light and that's portable, that, you know, is a good quality that you can take with you, because you're gonna need that to get the nice steady shots. You know, you're gonna need to make smooth transitions when you're, you know, trying to follow your subject. It's gonna be a lot easier on you for the photographers for, you know, just keeping that camera nice and steady to get the shot. Or maybe you want to, you know, set it up on the tripod and, you know, use a remote control and fire off, you know, remotely. Whatever it is, you're gonna need a nice solid tripod, and you will not regret that decision. You know, sometimes, you know, you just can't take it with you. You know, you're on a really hot hike and you just don't want to have the extra weight. But, you know, if you're used to using a tripod and you're, you know, getting those good shots with it, you're really gonna miss it when you don't take it. So I highly encourage everybody to take a tripod with them whenever they're shooting. Today I was out browsing town and I ran into a kid, and I saw him that he was, you know, shooting photography, and he was just getting into it. His mom said, and he was just been super excited. Family member gave him a camera. So I asked him what tips would he give to new photographers. And let's see what he had to say. What is a pro photography tip for people starting out?
Make sure your photos are in focus, and watch what you put in your composition.
I 100% agree with him. I mean, get that thing in focus and make sure your subject is in your composition window. I mean, if you don't have those 2 things, you don't have a shot. But his point kind of leads right into my 4th point, which is take your time. You know, especially as a new photographer, you're learning how to use the settings, you're, you know, learning how to compose your shot. Take your time. There's no rush. I mean, unless you're, you know, shooting sports or something like that, but that's a really hard thing to jump into as a beginner. But take your time. You know, I feel like when I'm rushed to make a video, or if I'm rushed to make some B-roll shots, my work is not good. And when I get memory card and put it in the computer, I'm very unhappy with my results. So the best thing you can do is take your time, make sure you get the shot just right, make sure your settings are properly set up. And my fifth point is shoot as often as possible. Just like anything, if I want to learn guitar better, I gotta practice as much as possible. If you want to be a better photographer, if you want to be a better videographer, you gotta practice your craft. So take that camera with you wherever you are. You know, take it to work with you. Go out and shoot on your lunch break. You know, take your camera out with you on the weekends when you're just browsing around town. You never know when you can use your craft. You never know when you can practice that. And practice, as I say, makes perfect. So, you know, those are my 5 tips. Go out there and create something. We need more creators in this world. And I will see you in the future.